Right now, SSM Health is no longer requiring universal masking at its hospitals and clinics. Why health officials there say now is the time.
Also, a warning to those using food share benefits as scammers are looking to take advantage of those in need.
And after missing out on the NCAA tournament, the Badger men's basketball team prepares for the NIT. What students on campus are saying. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Taking the lead for major hospitals and clinics locally, SSM Health will no longer require universal masking. Doctors say vaccines and COVID treatments have been doing their job, so they've got good reason to be hopeful.
In fact, SSM Health officials say community activity in all the counties they serve is in the green. Tahlil Mohideen spoke with them about their plans to loosen the rules and joins us now with those details.
That's right, Eric and Charlotte. In just 2 days, wearing a mask at all SSM Health facilities will be voluntary, so as long as you're illness-free. SSM Health made the announcement this afternoon, sharing plans to roll back on COVID-19 safety practices 3 years after the pandemic first made headlines. Doctors say they've been watching community spread decline and feel confident moving forward with a relaxing of the rules, especially as we close out respiratory illness season.
SSM and certainly many other healthcare communities have used an abundance of caution in making this decision. And what I will say, like any other organization, we'll be following this week by week, month by month.
Other hospitals in the area like Meriter and UW Health have opted to keep their masking restrictions in place, but say they could make changes in the future alongside improving trends. SSM Health will still require masking for patients with known or suspected COVID-19 cases and any with symptoms of upper respiratory infection. On top of looser masking rules, SSM will no longer have visitor restrictions at its clinics, while hospital visitor policy will vary by location.
We have an update now on a newborn baby found dead in a whitewater field earlier this month. Police say he was left there less than 48 hours before being found. Today, Whitewater Police Chief Dan Meyer confirmed the newborn was a boy, but police haven't identified the infant just yet. The boy was found in a plastic bag inside of a cardboard box. The little boy was wrapped in a light-colored T-shirt and was not wearing any other clothing. So far, police have not identified anyone as a suspect in the baby's death.
A former UW-Madison grad student is now facing charges for threatening to kill the children of several students and staff members. 32-year-old Arvin Mather was arrested in Michigan Friday after traveling there from Copenhagen. He is accused of threatening 9 people via email. Court documents show among the emails was one to an anthropology professor where Mather said 2 other people he threatened should sue him, otherwise he would murder their children. Another professor, an assistant professor in the department, also received similar threatening emails. Mather will be back in court for a detention hearing tomorrow. Well, let's check your first warn forecast now. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, starting to see a few breaks in the clouds overhead. Still an occasional flurry or two, mainly east of Madison, but we will start clearing out later on tonight. You can see that invisible cloud track. Skies are clearing up in northern Wisconsin. That clearing starting to work its way southward, and that will allow temperatures to really drop off once those clouds clear out of here. The last of the flurries moving through Dodge and Jefferson counties, heading toward Waukesha and Milwaukee counties. They should be gone within the next hour or so. You can see visibilities right now generally pretty good across all of southern Wisconsin. High temperatures today on the chilly side. Madison didn't even hit 30 degrees. 30 Janesville, a couple places in the lower 30s to the east of Dane County. But right now we're seeing temperatures right around those highs for the day. Right now, 28 in Madison, 30 in Lone Rock, across Dane County, 29 in Oregon, and 30 degrees in Mazomanie. Look for skies to become partly cloudy by late evening, maybe a couple of flurries east of Madison. Temperatures dropping into the middle 20s by late evening, but will drop significantly once we get skies to clear out later on tonight. I'll tell you how cold it'll get and how cold the wind chills will be in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. The state wants people using food share benefits to stay alert about fake text messages. The Department of Health Services is alerting the public today about a scam in the works.
Our Catherine Merck joins us here in the studio to tell us how you can protect your benefits.
The State Department told me they've only had one notification of a scam like this right now. However, they took immediate action in order to protect an already vulnerable group. It takes just one text that looks real, asking for an account and a PIN number.
The member may not know that, and ultimately when they're at the store with their cart full of food, they're unable to pay for their food and are left, with needing to feed their families.
The DHS investigation is based on complaints about a scam text that tells food share members to call a phone number to confirm their PINs and avoid having benefits locked. It's the kind of scam that can be easy to become a victim of if you don't know about it.
Regardless of being a food share member or not, it's easy to fall victim to scams. They are always becoming more complex and more sophisticated.
In order to protect yourself, there are things you can do. You can monitor your benefits, change your PIN often, and check the source of these messages before giving your information away.
Just taking that proactive role and treating their food share money just like they would their own bank account and other money will be really helpful to prevent the fraud while we on the back end continue to investigate and fight the fraud.
If you are a food share member, we have the information on our website at channel3000.com about the correct phone numbers and contacts to check to make sure you don't get scammed.
Madison police say they arrested a man for peering into the windows of a home yesterday morning. Officers were called to the 100 block of Bassett Street just before 3:30 a.m. after a woman reported seeing a man circling her home and looking into the windows. Police say they found fresh boot prints in the snow near several nearby houses. A 36-year-old man was found nearby and he was arrested and faces charges of disorderly conduct and trespassing. An investigation is ongoing. The Dane County Sheriff's Office is investigating after officials said 7 cars were broken into in the town of Westport over the weekend. The owner of one of the vehicles said he saw 2 people rummaging through his car before driving off in a black sedan. Officials say all 7 break-ins are believed to be connected. Residents are asked to lock their vehicles and remove any valuables. Anyone with information is urged to contact the Dane County tip line. The Society of St. Vincent de Paul Madison is celebrating the start of construction on its new thrift retail and community programming building. Located at 414 South Baldwin Street, the new construction will offer improved community programming space and restored thrift retail space. Aware of the historical importance of the Willie Street neighborhood, the plans will incorporate architectural details that capture the look and feel of the iconic district. The Society has been serving the Madison area since 1925. Locally, it runs one of the largest food pantries in Dane County.
John Carl Scholes is leaving UW-Madison to become the 19th president at the University of Oregon. Scholes has served as provost at UW since 2019 and was one of the candidates to succeed Rebecca Blank as UW chancellor. He joined UW's Department of Economics as a professor back in 1998 and directed the school's Institute for Research on Poverty from 2000 to 2004. Scholes will take over as Oregon's president on July 1st. The Badgers didn't hear their name called as one of the 68 teams picked on Selection Sunday.
But they're now headed to their 3rd NIT in program history. Andrew Banstra spoke with fans on campus who say they're not surprised. Andrew.
Yeah, just a few weeks ago or even a month ago, this young Badger squad looked like they were headed maybe for the big dance, but not this year. The Badgers finished 17-14 on the season and were bounced in the first round of the Big Ten tournament and are headed to the NIT, like you said, for their 3rd time in program history. Compounded by a down year in football, what do students think of the state of the Badger sports?
We're going to rebound. You know, we've had ebbs and flows. We've had great seasons with Decker and Kaminsky for basketball, and we've obviously had great seasons for football with Russell Wilson and a couple Rose Bowls here and there. So I think we'll rebound. I think we're a good program, good school.
Wisconsin enters the NIT as a 2 seed and will host Bradley at the Kohl Center on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. While many fans and students I spoke with were understandably disappointed, others thought maybe a good run in the NIT could bode well for next year. For now, at the Kohl Center, Andrew Banstra with News 3 Now.
The longest-serving elected official in Monona history has died. Alderperson Kathy Thomas passed away Sunday, city officials announced. Thomas was first elected in 1979 and retired in 2016, but returned to the city council in 2019. Her final term was set to end in April, and she announced last year that she would not seek a re-election. Memorial plans will be announced at a later date. Coming up, the Boys and Girls Club of Wisconsin honoring Congressman Mark Pocan today.
Plus, the bodega at Breeze Stevens Field coming back this summer. When you'll be able to enjoy the festivities is next at 6.
At Fearings, our people, vision, and values help protect your business through smart security design using technology by Verkada. Easy to integrate and cost-effective, it's security reimagined to keep your people safe. Visit Fearings.com.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
If it's in stock, it's on sale during the in-stock sale at Steinhafels. Steinhafels has the largest selection of in-stock mattresses, sofas, dining, bedrooms, and so much more at 35 to 50% off. We have something for every style and every budget. And with Steinhafels 72-month financing, your new furniture just got more affordable. So shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
At Fearings, we protect your business through smart security design and Verkada technology. Verkada's cloud-based platform and point-and-click simplicity make for a significant ROI. Fearings Audio-Video Security. Visit fearings.com.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Set your calendars. The bodega at Breeze Stevens Field is returning this summer on May 26th. This event takes place once a month on 4 Friday nights this summer. The bodega has food carts, an interactive children's area, beer and wine sales, live music, and yard games if you're looking for some friendly competition.
We're looking to be better than ever. We have about twice as many food vendors as we had last year to answer that call. And ultimately, it's a night market that supports local artisans, food vendors, etc. That locality is branching out a little bit into, as far as Milwaukee and some places up north are coming here now.
There are over 80 different vendors scheduled this year, so there should be something for everyone.
City of Madison wants to connect the Capital City Trail to the Glacial Drumlin State Trail. They selected the trail's extension for funding through the Federal Transportation Alternatives Program earlier this month. The money would allow the city to complete the final phase of the project. Transportation planner Ben Lyman says funding for the extension will likely be obligated in the year 2026. Construction would then take place a year later. Once the Capital City and Glacial Drumlin trails are connected, the route will be part of a path that spans over 100 miles from Madison to Waukesha. Congressman Mark Pocan being acknowledged as a national champion for youth by the Boys and Girls Club of Wisconsin. Recognizing distinguished leadership and extraordinary commitment, the award is given to leaders for exhibiting above and beyond service for club youth. Pocan was recognized for his work in almost tripling appropriations to clubs across the county in 2022.
Yeah, I've had a chance to visit a lot of our clubs, and we have a really great clubs helping kids to reach their potential, to give them the opportunities they might not otherwise have, and it's really, really important work.
As a member of the House Appropriations Committee, Congressman Pocan advised clubs across the country on how to navigate the application process, increasing club funding nationally from $26 million in 2021 to over $74 million last year. When we come back, if you think your allergies have gotten worse the past few years, you might be onto something.
And the race for Wisconsin Supreme Court is already the most expensive judicial race in the country. But who's writing those checks? We'll take a closer look at where that money is coming from.
Plus, a cold start to the week, but then things will start to warm up. Gary with a complete look at your forecast after the break.
Can we really trust him with a car?
Of course we can, Lindsay, with AAA Auto Insurance.
Wait, AAA has auto insurance?
We do home insurance, too.
Switch and save on AAA Auto Insurance and expect something more.
Menards carries Richmond water heaters in stock to ensure that you have hot water when you need it. With energy-efficient models and tankless options to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect solution for your needs. Get 11% off all Richmond water heaters. Brighten your home inside and out with Patriot Lighting. We carry security lights that turn on when motion is detected for added security to your home. Now at Menards, security lights are all 11% off.
Save big money at Menards. You know what that sound means. It's spring break at Bob's Discount Furniture, and I've got fresh new dining furniture that will make you a hosting hero. My collections serve major style. Many come in dining and counter heights, include 6 chairs, keep storage on the menu, and with my everyday low prices, complete sets start at just $5.99. Take a break from overpriced stores and stressful haggling this spring break at Bob's. What's that? A tiny dining set for birds? Genius!
It's Hy-Vee's BOGO sale. One day only this Tuesday. Buy one 7-Up 6-pack, get one free. Buy one, get one free on Hy-Vee potato chips. Buy one, get one free on a 2-entree Hy-Vee Chinese meal. Buy one 24-pack of Hy-Vee purified water, get one free. Buy one, get one free on Hy-Vee cottage cheese. And buy one, get one free on Josie's Organics salads while supplies last. Don't miss Hy-Vee's BOGO sale this Tuesday, only at Hy-Vee.
Family-owned Brothers Maine knows choosing appliances for a remodel or new build can be exciting and overwhelming. Our experienced staff has experienced it all as we've guided thousands of area families through appliance selection. Brothers Maine has a larger inventory and low-price deals that consistently beat competitors, including Big Box. You heard me, Big Box can't beat our prices. From sales to install, Brothers Maine does it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Can we really trust him with a car?
Of course we can, Lindsay, with AAA auto insurance.
Wait, AAA has auto insurance?
We do home insurance, too.
Switch and save on AAA auto insurance and expect something more.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
The most expensive judicial race in U.S. history is taking place in Wisconsin right now. We've seen millions of dollars pour in from outside groups.
So that outside spending is part of what's pushing this race over the threshold to become the most expensive. Political reporter Will Keneally explains.
Here in Charlotte, right now the largest spender remains Liberal candidate Janet Protasewicz. But with updated numbers within the last few hours, outside spending groups are not too far behind her. Fair Courts America and A Better Wisconsin together have both spent more than $4 million each this spring. So those are the two big Republican and Democratic PACs in this race. Now, if those names sound familiar, that's because they were both active in the primary. Democratic Party Chair Ben Wickler spoke to Wisconsin Eye earlier today.
The right-wing groups that are funding these ads, we don't know who their donors are in many cases. We don't know whether they're in-state or out-of-state or who's backing them. Dan Kelly outsourced his entire TV advertising campaign in the primary to Fair Courts America.
Now we're seeing a lot of this outside money going to attack ads and spending in this race, with some positive outside spending going on behalf of Dan Kelly, but largely that positive messaging coming from the candidates themselves.
All right, Will, thank you. And a reminder, the two Supreme Court candidates will meet in their only debate of the campaign next Tuesday. It's sponsored by News 3 Now, the State Bar, and WISC Politics. It's moderated by our own Susan Simon. It'll air at 4 p.m., preempting live at 4.
Well, spring is in the air, and if you're already overwhelmed by some allergies, you're not alone. According to a new Climate Central report, weather and climate trends are worsening for allergy season. The data shows earlier spring and longer periods of freeze-free days for parts of the U.S. have meant that plants have more time to flower and release allergy-inducing pollen.
What happens in a warmer world, you have a longer growing season. And so these areas with the green dots, this shows 60 or more days change with the longer growing season.
To reduce your exposure when pollen counts are high, the Mayo Clinic also suggests keeping indoor air dry with the dehumidifier, using a portable high-efficiency particulate air filter in your bedroom, and cleaning floors often with a vacuum cleaner.
Let's check back in with Gary now. A complete look at your forecast. Gary?
Yes, us allergy sufferers realize that all too well, and allergy season will be here before you know it, at least here in Madison. But first we have to get rid of the snow. And right now on high-resolution Doppler radar, still some flurries hanging on east of Madison, from around Jefferson down to just east of Milton and into Walworth County around Lake Geneva. But those are heading to the south and southeast and pretty much should be out of the way within the next hour or so. Now, as we look at three things you need to know, it'll be cold for tonight. Skies will clear out. Temperatures will drop off into the upper single digits. And you factor in the winds, and we're talking about wind chills in some spots that could be as cold as 10 below zero by morning. Tomorrow will be sunny and cold with high temperatures in the lower 30s. 30s when we should be in the lower 40s. But just as quickly, we'll warm up for midweek with highs in the middle 40s on Wednesday and upper 40s on Thursday with some rain showers. But another cold front comes through Thursday night. Rain showers mixed with snow late Thursday night. And then we change to snow showers on Friday. It'll be windy and colder with temperatures falling during the day. And that could lead to some minor snow accumulations around here. Looking at some of the future track longer range computer models, the European computer model shows the potential Thursday night and Friday for a pretty significant winter storm up in northern Wisconsin into parts of upper Michigan, but no to southern Wisconsin. Very little in the way of snow accumulation. And this will mainly be during the day on Friday once temperatures get cold enough for the snow to stick. The GFS computer model from the U.S. government shows a little more snow down here. It actually has a quicker changeover to snow early on Friday morning, and that would lead to perhaps a couple of inches of snow, maybe a little more significant snow for our far northwestern viewers and up toward La Crosse, and then the northern half of the state would get whomped with heavy snow, and the UP of Michigan with lake effect snow, they could be looking at 1.5 feet of snow. But again, I think the chances for any significant snow here are pretty low, at least at this point. But there's a lot of moisture, even out in the Pacific Ocean. This is what we call an atmospheric river. Notice the band of clouds from north of the Hawaiian Islands heading right for the west coast, so more rain and snow there. Some of that energy will make it eastward and fuel our storm by the time we get to Thursday and Friday, but the jet stream, which right now is coming in from the northwest, will become a little more westerly and eventually southwesterly, and that will drive the storm just to our north and keep us on the warm side, at least for Thursday. That's why we're looking at rain Thursday and then changing over to snow on the back end of the storm on Friday. But by that time, the bulk of the precipitation should be to our north, and that would limit any snow accumulations. Planning your night across Dane County, low temperature 12 in Oregon, 11 in Monona, 9 in DeForest. The skies clear out by morning. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, low of 10 in Platteville, 8 in Lone Rock, and down to 3 degrees in Camp Douglas. But for tomorrow, we'll look for mostly sunny skies. High temperature back up at 32. As we look at our first warned 7 to 10 day forecast, again, temperatures jump right into the 40s, mid-40s, Wednesday, upper 40s on Thursday with rain showers. Then that mixes with snow Thursday night, changes to snow on Friday, windy and colder, high of 37 early in the day with falling temperatures. Saturday, we don't get above freezing, and it'll be windy and cold with a couple of flurries, but then those temperatures slowly ramp back up again. So by the end of next week, we're back to around, or the middle of next week, we're back to around 50 with some rain showers by Thursday.
And coming up in sports, the Packers re-sign a key member of their special teams unit, plus the latest on Aaron Rodgers and his decision. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's Stop the Madness month. If your energy bills are too high, stop the madness. If your comfort is out of balance and you go straight from heat to AC, stop the madness. If you've had it with outside noise, stop the madness. Get insulated now and save up to $2,000 with the energy tax credit plus our madness discount. But the clock runs out at the end of the month, so call today.
USA Insulation.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living, and through no fault of their own, they're being left behind? If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Two candidates for Supreme Court, two very different beliefs. Judge Janet Protasewicz, she believes women should have the freedom to make their own decisions on abortion. Extremist Dan Kelly, he supports the 1849 law that takes away women's rights and criminalizes abortion, even in cases of rape, incest, and health of the mother. So who represents you? An extremist or a common sense judge? Vote by April 4th.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
If you've had a classic Reuben before, then Arby's Reuben will taste quite familiar. But if you haven't,
Man, oh man, are you in for a wild ride? Arby's, we have the meats.
Tomorrow, we're setting the table to celebrate the sweetest of all mathematical symbols.
See who gobbles up the competition in our annual Pi Day Challenge.
And the Firstborn Weather Team is watching for a rain system late week. We'll break it down 4:30 to 7 tomorrow morning.
The latest on the Aaron Rodgers decision is that we are still waiting for said decision. NFL insider Trey Wingo said earlier today that Rodgers to the Jets is done, while NFL Network's Ian Rappaport is reporting that nothing has happened. The last thing we heard from 12 himself was this weekend when he said it won't be long. The Packers did make a move today, though, re-signing return specialist Keyshawn Nixon to a one-year deal worth up to $6 million. The first team All-Pro led the league last season with 5 kickoff returns of 50-plus yards. Other NFL news, T.J. Edwards is on the move. The former Badger linebacker is heading to Chicago after spending 4 seasons in Philadelphia. Edwards signed with the Eagles as an undrafted free agent and spent last year as a signal caller for one of the best defensive units in the league. He finished the year with 159 tackles, 3rd most in franchise history, 10 TFLs, 2 sacks, and 7 pass breakups. ESPN is reporting that it's a 3-year deal with the Bears. For the first time since 1996, the Badger men's basketball team will play in the NIT tournament, which means, as you know, they were not selected to play in the NCAA tourney. Wisconsin earned the 2 seed in their quad and will host Bradley tomorrow night in a late one. Tip-off is set for 8:30. As far as being motivated to play in this tournament, well, Greg Gard made it clear his team is in it to win it.
Understanding you're going to play a really good team no matter who we're going to get, whether we were going to be sent to Dayton in the first 4 or we were going to be somewhere in the tournament or we were going to be in the NIT. It's another opportunity for us to play a really good team, and I'll play the lineups that give us the best chance to have success on the court. And we would.
And for the 14th time in school history, the Wisconsin women's hockey team is headed to the Frozen Four. And get this, they'll face off against border battle rival Minnesota Friday night in Duluth. The two recently dropped the puck in the WCHA final face-off semifinals. The Gophers beat the Badgers 4-2. Mapped it. Duluth is only 5 hours, so I mean, we could all go if you wanted to.
Enjoy your drive. Let me know how the weather is.
I was going to say, that's weather permitting. You don't want to be driving up there in the middle of a snowstorm. And in fact, we could be looking at a significant storm up in the northern portion of Wisconsin late this week. But live view from the WISC-TV Skycam here. We had a couple of flurries. You can see the clouds actually trying to thin out a little bit, and that's also showing up on the Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam. So skies clear out tonight. Those temperatures will drop off. The last of the flurries moving through the Milwaukee area and heading away from us. Temperatures right now mainly in the upper 20s to around 30 degrees. Madison at 28 across Dane County, still 30 in Verona, 27 in Deerfield, and 28 degrees in Stoughton. Look for skies to be mostly cloudy this evening, maybe a few breaks in the overcast, a couple of flurries east of Madison as temperatures drop off into the middle 20s by late evening.
All right, Gary, thank you, and thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.